Hi, Joan. One of the new concept lessons that I introduced to Niles today is called Flogging with Kindness. First, we do it with the stick and string, and then we use the lead line. What we do on one side, we always do on the other. Key trainer tips for this exercise include, very importantly, standing in at that 45-degree angle to his shoulder. That is your safe zone. 2 is holding 12 inches of lead line below the clasp and using that lead line hand to control your horse either forwards or backwards. I know you've desensitized before, but here I've stepped it up a phase to increase his emotional fitness. I've trimmed his soak time out of the video just to keep the video reasonably short. Here we go. One of the things I want you to watch for as we go through this video is to watch Niles shift his weight to the inside shoulder, the shoulder closest to me, so he can push me away. That's where I use my right hand with that 12 inches of lead line to push him forwards or backwards to get him out of my space. You see him yielding space to me there. And whenever he cocked his rear hind leg, I release the pressure and I let him have his soak time. And I'm repeating. Again, if the horse moves, I move with him, but I stay at that 45-degree angle. I keep my hand by his eye until he gives me that sign of relaxation. I start on his withers and his top line, and then I move to his feet, and he's slowly dropping his head. And there he gets his break. Here I'm backing Niles out of my space, which is also going to help with his nipping problem, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so what we've done on one side, we do on the other. I rub him with the stick and string so he doesn't get afraid of my tools. And I also square him up because he had already cocked his hind leg. So here I am. We toss and flog with kindness. I slowly pull it back over his back, and he just dropped his head. I could have stopped there, but I went ahead. So, which is fine because he's not sure. There he pushes into my space again. I use my hand to correct him. He steps away. I move with him. Again, always staying in that 45-degree angle. That is your safe zone. He just dropped his head, and I took it, and we'll give him his break. Then we take the escalation of the exercise to a higher emotional level. You and I had talked about using the lead line, and we were sure he could handle a small portion of the lead line. Here, I started with the shorter lead line, and then we quickly went ahead and moved to the longer lead line. Trainer's tips: throw that lead line way out behind you to be able to wrap it around his front or his back legs. If you don't get it way out behind you, there's no momentum to go ahead and wrap his legs front or back. What we do on one side, we do on the other. And go ahead and look at his demeanor now from whenever we first started with the stick and string. His head is lower, he's almost asleep, life is good. All the way around. Again, see my right hand, keep his head away from me. And again, I'm standing at that 45-degree angle to his shoulder. There goes the rope around his legs. That's going to help with his kicking issues. It's also going to help with obstacles on the trail. I think he's going to make a great trail horse, by the way. I'll also move that rope pretty much all over his body, including his head and his ears. Switching sides, look at your horse's demeanor. He's a good boy. He's happy. Life is good. Toss it over him and slowly pull it back. That was nice there. Okay, that ends the end of this video. Let's look at the next one.